if we can just take a moment to appreciate how good this thing looks. I mean, that is just truly a work of art right there. Oh! Oh! Woo! Oh! Shit! Woo! And I landed it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Aces RC's YouTube channel. If you guys didn't see the last video, our XRT motor kind of blew up a little bit after its 5th run. And today I've got a little something. All right, just give you guys a little sneak peek. Here it is. This is the Hobbywing Max 6 combo. So of course I wasn't going to spend $250 on another motor when I could just spend $289, you guys can see right there, for a brand new ESC and motor combo that is arguably more reliable and has more performance. Let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. See how good the Traxxas old motor can open up this. It's not very great. I kid you not, that box took like 15 seconds to open. Alright, there we go. There's our Max 6, 160 amps, and our 1100 kV motor. Let's go ahead and get these guys unboxed. Alright, let's go ahead and slide it out. And there's our Max 6. This thing is actually pretty big. We can compare it to the XRT's normal Traxxas power system. If I can get this body off. You guys can see they're about the same size. Give you a little closer look. Get your power button, nice and beefy. Got your transmitter. Of course, you get the heat shrink and all of that. One thing you don't get, which I'll probably have to source from somewhere else, is the jumper lead that you need. Like here, you guys can see, to run 2 batteries, you need a jumper lead from each thing, and they did not include that. But I'll probably just take it from that one. I'm sure I got some extra wire hanging around, and you also get some 3M tape. All right, and here's our Hobbywing 5687 1100 kV brushless motor, of course. Go ahead and get this guy out. Alright. Holy shit. This motor is massive. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that motor. Here's a little size comparison. You guys can see the Hobbywing is much bigger. I guess it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little taller, and it's a lot bigger than this Traxxas one. I'm hoping it goes right in, but we might need to either buy a new mounting plate for it, especially for the rear, because the rear has like those 2 little indents, which I don't know if it will fit right here or not. But yeah, there's our new motor, and it literally is like the size of a soda can. I mean, that is massive, and the spore on here is a little bigger, the output shaft. I don't think the stock pinion will work on that, which is fine, because I wanted to change it out anyways, because the stock one is fairly small. It gives good acceleration, but the top speed's not too great on it. Yeah, as you guys can see, the normal shaft compared to the new one, it's about twice its size. Alright, it's been a little bit of time, and I finally got some parts in to get this Max 6 and 1100 kV motor inside of our XRT. And to do this, you will need a little bit of things. M2RC sells this motor bracket, and I think it's called the Mountzilla, with the perfect mesh system, which I think you have to use a certain pinion gear to make this work. But I do have some bigger pinions coming in, and this was about $110, something like that. I also picked up this M2RC carbon fiber mounting plate They actually make this specifically for the Max 6. So you guys can see there, the XR Max 6 ESC adapter. So with all those parts in place, hopefully that's everything we need to get the XRT back to where it was, but even better now, because that motor is obviously going to be a lot faster. But we need to go ahead and get everything stripped, take out the old ESC, open up this receiver box, take out this fan, and then we'll start getting that mounting bracket in place. If you guys ever need a place to hold your screws, just take your old motor rotor and literally just snap on your screws like that. They won't go nowhere, and there's less chance of you know, something falling. And if this falls or something like that, these screws will never fall off of it. Alright, and our old ESC is out, and just a little warning, if you do get a Max 6 or maybe even the Max 5 as well, they don't include this little jumper cable that you'll need, especially if you're running like 8S. If you're just running like a single 4-cell, this will be fine, but with me and the XRT, you know, it takes 2 4S batteries, so you can either just cut this one out of your old ESC, or if you have any extra wire laying around, you can use that. I have this old XR8 from my Slash that has a pretty good thick negative wire here that I'm just going to take out and solder on to the Max 6. So I'm going to go ahead and get those connections soldered on, and then we'll get it mounted in place. Alright, got my ESC all soldered up, and Traxxas actually does sell these connectors. I remember back in the day they did not sell these, but they do now. They come in a 2-pack, and you just have to put in the gold tips. Also, while I was waiting and doing that, all my pinions came up. I kind of bought a variety pack just because this new motor is an 8mm bore, and I think on the XRT stock motor is a 5mm bore. So you definitely got to get some 8mm pinions, and I'm not sure which tooth set I'm going to run with just yet. But now that the ESC is done, let's go ahead and get the carbon fiber bracket in, and then we'll work on the motor. Alright, you guys can see the mounting plate is a really nice piece of carbon fiber, and it will literally just bolt right there. All 4 of those screws line up, and then you got these 4 screws on the back of the Max 6 that line up as well. Actually, it goes on like this, so you guys can see those little holes line up perfectly, and your ESC will sit in there sideways. I'll probably do it this way just so the motor wires, you know, if I do it like this way, then the motor wires will be right there, which either way works. I'm not sure how I'm going to put it in yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted. So I'm going to put in these screws first for the ESC, and then I'll actually mount it to the chassis. Alright, so I did a little bit of research because I was like, there's no way that this is completely useless. And then I completely forgot that obviously there's a power switch that has to be ran, and this actually will mount to the receiver box right there, and then the switch, you take out the 2 screws for the switch and you just mount them through here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that mounted up real quick. Just like that, it is mounted, and that's also what they include, these 2 long screws instead. So these are the normal screws that were inside of the power switch, and they give you 2 new ones because it's got to be longer to make up for the extra thickness on this plate. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this threaded through, and then get all this back on, and then we'll go ahead and get the motor mounted. And look at that, that is honestly almost perfect. You gotta put a little washer right there that they also include, but everything is mounted. Now you don't have to, you know, use sticky pads or worry about that falling off. Everything is screwed and secured. That is 100% worth the money. I think that the whole mounting bracket was only like $45, so 100% worth that. All right, now let's go ahead and get this Mountzilla mounted up. Just going to do a little unboxing. So I think this is your perfect mesh system. Got the actual bracket here, which sits in there like that, which is going to look insane. And I think this is the whole perfect mesh system, and your screw or whatever. I think that little guy watched the video on their website, and I think that's what that does. And then you have these two supporting arms right here as well. Open these up. Just crazy. Just look at that. It's all machined very, very, very well. And you also get the screws in here. I'm pretty sure, again, these will just go on like something like that. Let me go down here. I think this top part goes here, and then this bottom part lines up with that screw right there, and that's how I'll end up looking. Let me go grab some Loctite and get everything screwed in, and then we'll set up the motor, and then hopefully get the XRT powered on, and let's go take it for a little bit. So you'll know which side goes to what. See, if you try to put like this side on, it doesn't like really line up. But if I try it with this side, put it on, so you guys can see at the bottom there, it sits flush. So just make sure that this is flush and not sticking out like that other side, because they got to be correct. And just look at this. That is honestly a really beautiful piece right there. It's going to look absolutely sick once it's actually mounted into the XRT. So I guess next let's get the motor mounted in there and get it all seated correctly. What I've done so far was they give you this piece too, which slides in to these grooves right here, and then you just have to line up the screw holes for the motor, and then it sets in with 4 screws, which it's probably some of these screws in here. So let me go ahead and get that back down to the actual motor itself. Alright, now that I got those 4 screws in there, this is all one piece now, and then you have this slider, so you guys can see this middle piece will slide up and down just like that, and that's how you will actually set your mesh. And then you have screws on the side, and you have 4 short ones which are for the motor, and then you'll have these 4 longer ones, and these longer ones actually are meant to go inside the this middle piece right here. I think the pinion that we're going to end up using is a 29 tooth. I think that will be perfect to get good speed and hopefully keep the temps down. It might run a little bit hot. If I'm not impressed with it, I do have, I think, up to either 33 that I could put on it, but we're going to try it with these with the 29 tooth here. And again, it's a mod 1. You got to make sure it's a mod 1 and an 8mm bore, and you'll be all right. Alright, so again, I'm pretty new to all this M2RC stuff, but I just watched the video, and I'm going to try to show you guys how to do the perfect mesh. So as you guys can see, they do include this little screw here, and it has a little ball in it, and you also get this guy, which will sit on top of your motor mount. Let me make sure I'm getting a good angle for this. This will sit on top of your motor mount like this, and you have a little groove right here that this ball will actually slide into. So I'm going to go ahead and put this through, and I'm just going to thread it through just a little bit. Alright, let me kind of show you guys a little easier. So this ball sits here, and then you have this cross piece that will sit on the actual motor mount itself. And once you loosen it, because when you loosen it, it's moving this piece up, and you basically want it so it's just on there just perfect. As you can see, it's not screwed down to anything. It's just it's once it sits flush with the actual motor mount itself, you should have perfect mesh. As you guys can see here, that is damn near perfect. And you can tweak with it if you want to, but I think this is good enough. If I can move the car, it moves perfectly. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put those 4 screws that need to go on the side here, and then our motor will be all mounted up. As you can see, I put my 4 screws in there, which you have different screws you can use. I just used the 2 middles, and then the top one up here. As you can see, the car fits perfectly, and it sounds nice and healthy as well. That's exactly what you want to hear and see. And if we can just take a moment to appreciate how good this thing looks, I mean, that is just truly a work of art right there. A little disclaimer too, if you guys are planning to do this on your XRT or x-maxx, the spur gear cover is no longer usable. so you will always have exposed gears. Now if you're not doing like too much sand or any like loose terrain like that, you should be fine for road, but I would just watch yourself on sand, because sand will obviously strip these gears out if there's enough sand being flung into it. But you should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ESC programmed and plug in this motor. As you can see, it's just gonna look just like that. And it's gonna look real cool. The XRT has completely been transformed with just this simple upgrade, and I'm really excited to go play with it and see what it can do. All right, and the Hobbywing is all programmed. If you guys don't know how to program a Hobbywing, you basically just hold the set button down as you hold the power button down, and then you hit set again for neutral, then you hold full throttle, hit set again, and then you hold full brake, hit set again, and then it's done. Super simple. If we turn it on here, this guy's work. There's 8S, and I do have throttle. Obviously I don't want to drive it on my table, but the XRT is finally done after having that catastrophic engine failure. So now with the whole new system in place, let's go ahead and go take it on a bash and see if we can break it again. So for whatever reason, I just took this thing on just like a street run real quick, just to see if everything was good before I took it to my bash spot. And I was driving it, and literally it did like one flip, you know, at like 10 miles an hour, and then I only had steering. And unfortunately I've got like nothing to the motor. My transmitter was flashing red, so then I tried a new transmitter, and that one was finally green. I had steering, but I still had no throttle, and my LED light on my Hobbywing is really dim. And I think what's going on is one of these solder connections is bad, but it's the only solder that I had, and I ran out, so I can't redo these connections. And I tried the stock ESC, and it worked with this motor. So I'm just gonna put this back in, and we shouldn't notice too much of a difference between the Hobbywing ESC and the Traxxas ESC. What matters is the motor and everything else. So the next video we'll for sure have this guy fixed, but in this video we'll just run this just to see what this motor can do. So yeah, I apologize to you guys in advance for not having that Max 6 in there. But it also, I don't exactly know what happened, because my ESC died, or not my ESC, my transmitter died too. I had to take this one out of my slash 4x4 and put it in here. For some reason my old one was just flashing red. I actually have no idea what happened, but the ESC shouldn't make too much of a difference. This is still a high output ESC, still does 8S. What matters is this giant motor and big ass pinion gears. Oh, that being said, let's go ahead and see what this thing can do, and hopefully break it again. All right, got it on 8S, that 29 tooth pinion. The Hobbywing motor is super sensitive. That's why I love Hobbywing. Let me go ahead and just adjust the steering wheel real quick. Let's go ahead and get a run real quick. Oh. Woo. Wow. She's definitely alive. I really got just the steering trim off though. It's off by a lot. All right, we should be good. Oh. It's really like touchy, and it's really quick too. I was expecting a little less acceleration with that bigger pinion on there. Oh! Wow. What a beast. Let's go ahead and bash it up a little bit. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this spot. If you guys watched my videos before, I'm at this spot very frequently just because it's nice and open, plenty of jumps, and it's probably not the right terrain for this motor setup now, just because those pinion and spur gear are exposed now. I'm going to be really having some anxiety about that, all the sand getting in there, but until something happens, I guess I'm going to just go with it. goes the battery. All right, battery's back in. Oh yeah. Oh! Perfect jump right there. Woo! My steering feels a little off, like it's not as sharp as it used to. Maybe it's because I just haven't drove the XRT in a while. Oh yeah. Man, the XRT will always put a smile on my face. It's just so big and it does whatever you want it to. Let's go ahead and get a POV jump from over here. Uh-oh. I lost throttle. Oh, now I have throttle back. What the hell just happened? Why did I just lose throttle? Is it getting hot? Let me check. So the motor, it's warm, but it's not, I mean, I felt hotter motors before. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh yeah. Keep spinning out. Let me see if I can turn on TSM a little bit. Oh! Oh! Shit! Oh! I was not expecting that. Oh! Oh. It's okay. XRT is enjoying it for the most part. Oh! Wow, that Hobbywing lines it up a lot. Just look at that guy. Awesome. Truly is a good investment. Let's go ahead and hit another one of these jumps real quick. Woo! Oh, 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 landed it. Woo! Oh! Oh! Fuck! Damn. Even though this was pretty expensive, at least I have peace of mind knowing I've got a Hobbywing in my truck now and not a damn normal Traxxas motor. Hoping it'll be a little bit more reliable. Let's go ahead and let it rip down in this retention pond. And thankfully the city was nice enough. You know, they know people like to come down here with quads and stuff. They even put like a please enter sign and all that. And I just think that's really nice of them. Oh. And this is real thick grass over here. So you guys can see the XRTs down there. See how good it can do, how fast it can come up this big ass hill. Oh! Man, Traxxas XRT is such a beast. Oh, please land on its wheels. Thank God. That would have been a far walk. All right, let's do that again. It's coming straight up. Woo! Oh, shit. And it landed. This truck is awesome. Got plenty of power. I think any higher of a pinion gear will probably start to overheat by now. So I probably will keep it at this 29 tooth. Seems to be doing good on temp so far. I mean, it hasn't shut off yet. I feel like my turning's not as sharp though. I don't know what's going on. Oh. And that's all we got. I think the voltage detection just cut on. But I think we had a good bash. Nope, it's actually got too hot. As you guys can see there, the voltage is fine. It's actually too hot. So let me feel this motor. Oh yeah, that motor is a little toasty, I'm not gonna lie. I can keep my hands on it, but not for long. As you guys can see, just look at that. The whole motor assembly is just such an awesome piece of metal right there. Definitely, if you guys want some extra power for your XRT or your blow motor goes out, definitely invest in this. Again, I think this whole Mountain Zilla thing was like $150, $200, something like that, and then that Max 6 adapter plate was like 50 or 60. But oh, actually the temperature thing went off. Maybe we can get a little bit more runtime out of it. I probably shouldn't, because I'm testing my luck. But what's the fun in that if I just take it home knowing that it still had a little bit of voltage left? I think that was not fun. Oh my God. Let's get one more speed run for you guys. Woo! Good God. Yeah, that Hobbywing definitely lived it up a little bit. Let's go jump it a couple more times before it overheats again. Now, I don't know if the ESC, if that's just the ESC overheating, or if that's connected to the motor too. I don't think that is. But if it is, I'll probably maybe dim it down to a 27 tooth pinion. I also really do like the speed though, so I also don't want to do that. But if I have to, I have to. Oh yeah, oh shit. All right, I'm gonna get one more big jump in for you guys. I'm gonna choose this spot right here. It's got a pretty good run up. And let me back up for this a little bit. I also don't want to get hit in the face. Woo! And I landed it. Nice. Let's do that again. That was super fun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! I'm so sorry, XRT. You'll be all right though. I didn't quite have enough speed to do a front flip, so let's try it again. Ooh! I landed it, not a front flip, but the body did come off. Just look at that. It looks so nice. I don't know why my body's coming off so frequently. It usually doesn't do that. And this is not. Alright, back on the road. Let me put this thing in ultra wide. Try to get another flip. Woo! Oh yeah. Yep, not enough speed for that one to do a front flip, but still got some great air time. That was really good air time on that. Let's see if we can do it just one more time. Just one more time. And then I think we'll pack it up. Come on! Oh! Oh! Not enough speed. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know how this truck is still alive, to be honest. With how hard I drive this thing, it's truly amazing how this truck is. Nothing has broke except that motor, which is not really the truck's fault. It's just Traxxas makes shitty fucking electronics. But as far as like the A-arms, the suspension, the steering servo, with how hard I've been hitting this thing, and not a singular thing is broke, it truly is impressive. But anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day here. Again, I'm sorry you guys couldn't see the Max 6. I don't think you're gonna notice that much of performance between the Max 6 and the stock ESC. What really mattered today was the motor, and the motor is super awesome, real sensitive, and it goes whenever you want it to go, and it's definitely a lot more better than the original one. I highly recommend that 1100 kV motor for your 1/6 or 1/5 scale RC cars. But yeah, that will be the end of today's video. I will definitely have a new video of the Max 6 whenever I get some more solder, and but I might just get the stock one in there until it catches fire or something like that, because Traxxas is known for doing that. I think that'll make a good video, so I might just leave that stock ESC in there until it finally gives way. And the next video we should be able to fix the slash 4x4 and get that thing back on the road as well. So I will catch you guys in the next one.